Hey, welcome to Latif and Rich Show right here on YouTube. Still up in the air where we're going to put it up on redmediaradio.com. But we are here now. It's Tuesday. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. We've been talking about a lot of different stuff, but I'm going to tell you something. I want to go back on the paranormal-ish. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But let's introduce ourselves. Did we do that yet?
I don't know.
It's been one of those days. I'm Red.
And I'm Latif.
And what we're going to do is we're going to talk about my favorite thing. I don't know if it's your favorite thing, but we're going to talk about aliens, UFOs, and extraterrestrials. How's that sound?
All right.
All right. No, because I'm going to tell you something. This is why I love doing paranormal-ish, is because there's so much stuff that I truly, truly believe in, but like the rest of the world, I don't have concrete facts, to back it up. But I do have experiences. Mm-hmm. I definitely do have experiences, like we talked about last time on the whole thing about ghosts. Mm-hmm. I've never been taken by an alien, though, I'm going to be honest. I want to. I definitely want to. I want them to come down and have, just politic with a brother for a little bit. Give a brother a little secret and stuff. But I really think that extraterrestrials and UFOs exist. What about you?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I stay attached to the Gaia channel. I love Billy Carson. Zachariah Stitchin. Von Doniken. I love all these people because what they're saying makes sense. Mm-hmm. Given the scientific background of, let's just say, the Egyptians or any time period during when they were writing the stories in the Bible and stuff like that, there are mentions of gods, and I do say gods, okay, because the Egyptians had multiple gods. And, if you listen to Stitchin, well, not listen to him because he's dead now, but if you read some of his books, and even Von Doniken, these are some of the things that they talk about. Maybe they couldn't, with the terminology they had then, they couldn't explain what they were seeing, so they just called them miracles. Mm-hmm. I go back to the story of Moses and the Pharaoh. Okay, so Moses had, his higher power, said, don't worry, I got this, son. I got you covered. I'm going to give you this staff, and you're going to go over there and you're going to address the Pharaoh. But how did the Pharaoh have magic? He had magicians. He had a court full of magicians. That they actually did battle. Moses won. To me, that means that, okay, two basically extraterrestrial people with powers came down and they did battle. Does that make sense to you or no?
Yeah. You went a little deep, but yeah, I mean, I just know from experience. Like I said, that bird, like that wasn't.
Oh, that was crazy.
I don't even think that was like a ghost. You don't say, but maybe it probably was. Like it's always the times where nobody. The story sounds crazy, but I know for a fact it happened. Like I was not asleep. I was, I was old enough, about maybe 9, 10, something like that. But It wasn't like my man. I remember that bird, and
he was walking around.
It was huge. It just like landed. It landed and looked at me, and like how like birds have like their feathers to be moving a little bit.
Yeah.
But it just looked different. It almost looked like a costume, but it was real. It was real. It had to be something.
Some baseball team's mascot got away.
But it landed from the air. I would have believed that it was a mascot, but the way it literally landed, it landed. You brought up a good fact. It seems like nobody's ever around when this stuff happens. Yeah. However, I'm going to tell you something. It's kind of selfish and self-serving if you as a human being believe that this is the only life in the universe. Mm-hmm. The reason why I say that is because, okay, so we're talking about billions of years, that just our solar system has been around. We're talking about billions of years, and imagine if there was a planet someplace else in another galaxy, someplace, another solar system that had been around, let's just say a rough number, 1 million years before us. Mm-hmm.
could you imagine the technological leaps that they probably have made and mastered? That's really food for thought, And, this whole thing about, life is based on water, this, that, and that. No, it's based on water here. Okay, you don't know what kind of mechanics or what kind of things other creatures ingest on their homeworld. And we don't even understand the stuff that's in the ocean. I just got through watching the thing last night on Gaia about USOs, unidentified submergible objects. We talking about the solar system, we haven't even mapped 3/4 of what this planet is covered with water.
Yeah.
We don't even know. Every time we go down deeper and deeper, we're like, oh, wow, look what we just found. So why don't you take that same energy to the fact that there might be other life forms out there?
Yeah. Some people, some of the people that say they saw mermaids, maybe they weren't mermaids, maybe they were some kind of alien, maybe,
Right. It's crazy because, as you watch this stuff, you look at all of these wonders of this world. Okay, and you say, scientists go back and forth and say, oh, we can't recreate this, and how could they have done this without having the technological knowledge that we have now? And it's like, they just say, nah, it's poppycock. No, it can't be true. There can't be other life out there. I just don't know where people come from with this. And listen, if you've had an experience, share it. Leave it in the comments. Because the more people that come out and say this, because I think that the government knows.
Yeah, they know. That's why they send the men in black.
Yeah.
And that's why when people have experience, they don't say anything. But I spoke on the experience with that child of mine. Went missing.
Yeah.
Went missing in the middle, in the house. Everybody's in the house. Everybody's going there. It's like getting close to bedtime. So I was living with my parents at the time temporarily, and I'm like, okay, doing a head chat. And I'm like, where's so-and-so? And everybody's like, I don't know, where is so-and-so? And we're all looking. We had flashlights in the basement. We checked everybody's bedroom, under beds, and closets. We checked everywhere. Like in closets that was stacked with, like, in the linen closet where there's no more room.
Wow.
And then we just went to sleep. Like, nobody called 911.
Yeah.
It's like something took over our brains. And I woke up in the middle of the night by maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Person just laying across the bed as if somebody laid them down.
Wow.
They didn't like put them next to me or cover them up or just like lay them down. And I'm like, I asked the child, I said, where were you at? And the child said, nice and happy. The monster took me for a ride on its back. Or I went for a ride on the monster's back. And I was like, what the
wow.
But some people remember, and some of us, some of them, they're like, what? No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
And, but that really happened.
That follows the trends of most abduction stories, that missing time and missing memory. So again, there are so many things on this planet alone that we don't understand. And the thing that, if you are a subscriber to quantum physics as I am, there is the possibility that maybe they're not coming from another planet, but they're coming from another dimension. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the whole thing is endless when you sit down and think about it. However, if you don't think about it, you're doing yourself a disservice, because, like I said, I believe the government is waiting for disclosure. That's why we don't call them UFOs anymore. We call them UAPs. Unexplained aerial phenomena. I think they're trying to take away the stigma that is attached to UFO as they start to get us ready for disclosure. Now, why would they do that? Okay, because here's the reality in my mind. Okay, could you imagine our whole economic foundation would just crumble if aliens came down and said, what, y'all paying for energy? Y'all got all this energy right here for free. As Tesla tried to get sorted out until they cut his funding, which the cell phones are based on his experiments to actually gather free energy for the whole world.
Yeah, it wasn't. We was listening to a broadcast. And they were talking about that, saying that the deals and they made them mad or something like that.
Well, yeah, what happened was, I think it was the owner of General Electric that was funding the experiment at first, but then when he found out what the experiment was really about, he was like, hell no, I'm not going to make myself broke.
No, the aliens were mad. Like they broke the government broke some.
Oh yes. This has been a constant theme. Anybody who watches the X-Files has been a constant theme, and I kind of believe it. Because what happened was we were supposed to be doing something for the aliens. We were supposed to be giving them X amount of
crazy?
people. No, I'm dead serious.
I know, I believe it, but I'm saying I know something like,
they crazy. Yeah, but no, seriously. I think what happened was, the abductions and everything, that's why we have the Men in Black, was supposed to go on. The aliens wanted us I guess, to make hybrids or whatever. So they can walk amongst us and take over the planet. Okay? And I think we backed out on the deal, just like they said in the X-Files. We didn't do what we were supposed to do. And you have to remember, there's not just one set of aliens. There's different races with different agendas.
Right.
Some of them are rooting for us, and some of us are like, y'all a good slave race.
Oh my God.
And what's happening is, whoa, watch yourself. Yeah. I think what's happening is, people are basically, trying to hold on to their power base. And the aliens are kind of pissed. I think this is why they have been buzzing on nuclear, no, serious.
I'm not laughing. I'm just thinking of somebody that's watching this. Like,
I don't care what they think, okay? I don't care what they think. I study this, son.
No,
I study this.
It's definitely something. That's why to this day, I still peek at that child like, they'll come back for more or something.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But they say that they take the children and I'd be like, I research it like every once in a while.
Yeah.
But they say they take the children that it happened to, they take them and they put them in a room with the alien children.
Right.
So the alien children can study them and learn from them.
And learn. People have to understand that, just like in biblical times, those that walked amongst us that we call the angels and fairies and all this other stuff, what if they were aliens? And what if they just decided like, okay, you're good for now. Don't do nothing stupid. We got to go. Or maybe they, just like, in India's myths and legends, they had a big war. They had a big falling out. Zachariah Stitchin speaks about, that the Great Flood was basically an extinction level event that really happened. However, one of the tribes of aliens took a liking to us, sat down, invited Noah over for dinner, politics for a little while, say, listen, I need you to build this, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to take 2 of each animal, you know what I'm saying? Which is basically stupid, okay? What basically was is Noah had a ship. Noah was on a ship with the DNA of each animal. And you think that sounds crazy, right? I know you think that sounds crazy. Here's the deal. Do you know that there is a facility in the Antarctic? No. So
I'm not laughing. I just keep imagining like
this is official tissue right here. There's a facility, that is in the Antarctic where they actually have DNA and seeds of every plant just in case there's another extinction level event. Now, where did they get that idea from? This is on the books.
I know. I believe it.
This is on the books, baby.
I will always believe it after that. Unless somebody could come and say, speak up. One of my siblings, like, yeah, that day we were playing, but everybody was dead serious and everybody just blacked at the same time.
Right.
Like, we just don't go to bed. Like,
right. Again, to think, we use at the maximum, and I'm not talking about the subconscious, in our conscious minds, we use the maximum of 10%. 10%. You learn this in school. Okay, that's the max. 10% of conscious utilization of the gray matter that you have up here. Now, that leaves 90% that we still don't know what the purpose are. We find it the pineal gland. We don't know what the hell that's for. We have no freaking clue what that's for. Those who consider themselves awake know what it's for. What if we have all this stuff that we were basically DNA capped? Meaning we weren't allowed to utilize it anymore for whatever reason. It was bred out of us. Okay? You know, you talk about that 10%, you talk about the pineal gland, you know, let's talk about all the possibilities that we have as human beings. Okay? Now, if you look in most biblical texts, if you look in the Quran, there were people that stayed on this planet for hundreds, sometimes thousands of years. Let me repeat that again. There were people that were on this planet living lifespans of hundreds, even thousands of years. What does that tell you? I think we were DNA capped.
Right.
We were basically saying, nah, y'all just living too long, y'all causing too much havoc. Just like they're finding skeletons of giants. I'm talking about not a basketball team that was buried. You know, I'm talking about people that the short person was 7 feet tall.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You know, we're finding the elongated skulls. Not all of that. No, not all of that is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry to keep laughing, but I know you gonna sound crazy to somebody.
I don't care if you think I'm crazy. You all know what I'm talking about. Billy Carson is going out there doing his thing, trying to enlighten and educate. Now, here's the reality of it. Whether they exist or not, here's the strict reality of it. Until they land and say greetings, what difference does it make? We need to make the best of what we're doing right now. However, if you can uncap my DNA and allow me to live for a couple of thousand years, or maybe open up the pineal gland, or whatever you choose to do, I'm game. As long as we don't gotta, do any probes. I'm not with the probing stuff. Not the probing stuff. Just tell me what I need to do.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you really, really think about it, honestly?
Well, no, I believe in it. I definitely, as a matter of fact, that child about maybe a year, maybe 2 years ago was like out of nowhere. The child was just like, I think I remember what happened that night.
Oh,
and
wow.
then I think we went blank again because the conversation never continued. I don't remember, like, why would I walk away from that? Usually I would say, what happened?
Wow.
But she said that, and then I slipped up. But whatever. Said that, and then it's like they wiped the memory again that fast.
Wow.
That fast, yeah.
Listen, guys, we always have fun doing this. However, your comments.
And the child ain't crazy. Yeah,
no,
there's no way.
Crazy. Super intelligent, not crazy. But here's the deal. Okay, we love having paranormal-ish discussions. However, I'm sure that you guys have some comments, some things that you have experienced. Leave it in the comments. Go set up a fake Gmail account. Leave it in the freaking comments so that way the Men in Black won't find you. I get it. I gets it. Okay? But at the same time, we need to know your feedback, and people just banging away. That's probably the Men in Black right there. But anywho, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We definitely appreciate you tuning in to the Latif and Red Show. We're gonna probably do some more paranormal-ish stuff. I don't know, because this life that we live is like a huge mystery to me, and I love it. I love it. Yep. Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
All right, with that being said, I'm Rick. Watch kids. You should do that anyway. But I'm Red.
And I'm Latif.
You already know. Love you guys.